Hi there, I'm Alexa Mendez, and I have the absolute honor of speaking with you today. To be completely transparent, when Maria first asked me to give this talk, I was very surprised that it would only be about 5 minutes. How could I possibly fit how much St. Peter has meant to me in such a short amount of time? So, taking after one of my favorite homilists, Father Finch, I will be using an extended metaphor. If you've talked with me for more than about 5 minutes, then you would know that I love learning languages. Currently, I speak Spanish and English, and I'm working on Italian. So, in the next 5 minutes, I'll be sharing with you how I've learned Spanish and how that relates to my Catholic faith. The first step of the language learning process for me was taking classes. It started in high school, and I basically learned the grammar and some vocabulary words, but that was about it. The same was true for my Catholic faith. I grew up as a cradle Catholic, going to Mass on Sundays with my family and Sunday school on the weekends. But that was it. I knew the rules, but I knew a lot about God, but I didn't really know God. Which brings us to step 2 of the language learning process, taking personal responsibility. It wasn't until I started watching TV, listening to music, and reading books in Spanish that I was really able to take the language and understand it at a deeper level. The same was true around the same time for my Catholic faith. I grew up going to public schools in California, and in high school, that was particularly challenging, given that I was one of 5 Catholic students in a school of about 2,000. I received a lot of questions. Why Catholicism? Why Christianity? Why God? And all of these questions began to become questions I asked myself. For the first time, the Catholic faith was something that was mine, not just my parents'. However, I didn't have a strong youth support group to help me in this process of answering these questions. So, as I started applying to colleges, I made looking for a Catholic community a priority. I applied to 17 schools, which I wouldn't recommend, it's far too many, because I wasn't sure what I was looking for, except that I knew I wanted this Catholic community. And when I found Baylor, I reached out to the Focus missionary at the time at St. Peter. She responded right away, telling me all about the sacrament schedule and what a vibrant community it was. It sounded really attractive, but it wasn't until I saw a clear sign from the Lord that I was convinced that Baylor was for me. It came in the form of a sweatshirt on the Catholic Student Association Instagram. The sweatshirt read, "Oso Catholic," and for Spanish speakers, oso means bear. And therefore, a Spanish Catholic pun were 3 of my favorite things wrapped in a perfect package, a sign from the Lord telling me to come here, to Baylor, and more specifically, to St. Peter. Step 3 in the language learning process, immersion. When I attended Baylor, I had the absolute blessing of studying abroad 2 different times, once in Spain and once in Argentina. Both times, I lived with a host family and was able to really immerse in the culture and speak the language constantly. That really helped in the growth of my Spanish-speaking ability. When I came to St. Peter, I was finally immersed in Catholicism. From the first day in the new student retreat, my table leader, Ryan, who will also be speaking at Garden Party, welcomed me with such love and such genuine authenticity that I really wanted to share that with others. Throughout my freshman year, I saw young people my age going to daily Mass. I had never even thought that was an option before. It was truly incredible, and I was very inspired. Throughout my freshman year, I experienced a Bible study, I attended one, and ended up going to my Bible study leader's wedding, and later, her baby shower. We still do life together to this day. And then I attended the Bear Awakening retreat. This retreat was instrumental in me being able to call St. Peter home. After the Bear Awakening retreat, I was able to walk into the student center and know most of the people in there, and they would know me too. Which leads to step 4 of the language learning process. When you learn a language, it becomes a part of your identity and you're able to teach it to others. It adjusts how you see the world, and then you're able to share that beauty with another person. As I mentioned, I was poured into so well my freshman year. And so, throughout the rest of my time here at Baylor, I was able to pour back into this wonderful community. I was given the tremendous honor and the tremendous opportunity to work alongside some of my best friends to plan the Bear Awakening retreat. During this experience, I learned how to trust, how to love, and how to surrender like I never had before. And then, with regards to Focus, I still attend a Bible study, but now I lead one too. I still walk in discipleship, but now I walk with other women in discipleship also. Every year, I attended the SEEK conference in different places around the U.S. I loved going to Missouri and worshiping alongside 20,000 other young adult Catholics. It was really inspiring and reminded me not to walk the Catholic faith alone. But what I like to think of my St. Peter capstone was going on a pilgrimage to St. Peter in Rome. This experience not only helped me with my Italian language learning, but also helped me to understand how instrumental the Catholic faith is to my own identity. St. Peter has been a slice of heaven, and I'm so blessed to be able to call this place my training ground, as Caitlin the Focus Missionary referred to it. I've been equipped with such great tools and I have such a great foundation in my Catholic faith that I'm now ready to go on to my next step in life. Next year, I'll be working at Oracle in Austin, Texas, and I'm excited to use the corporate world as my new mission field based on what I've learned here at St. Peter. I will continue pursuing the Catholic faith and continue to share it with others as well. I cannot thank you enough for how much you've done to pour into students like me and help us to become fluent in the Catholic faith. I'm forever grateful.